Hello and welcome back to awtoolbox.com. My name is Glenn Keller, and in this demonstration, what we are talking about is searching. So we're working with finding data inside of the Active Workspace client, and the key points in this are going to be the different types of searches. So the global search, which is up here, so this is the global search, is going to provide you the fastest mechanism of searching in the system. And this will search on only the content that your admins and SMEs have deemed necessary to search on. This type of search provides the ability to search for a term and then filter the results further to get down to what you're looking for. So this type of search has a list of filters that you can apply, and the filters themselves will then open up and you'll have a variety of different attributes you can filter by. So we can come in and we can say, I want to filter by Excel template revisions, which is a type of object. And then it will show me only those. Now I can even go as far as performing a pre-filter for only documents. And then I can get the first set of results being only files or documents or whatever I change this pre-filter to. So you can see it automatically applies this category of files. So the global search is very powerful and there's a lot you can do in there. The advanced search, which is available once you click in this field, you can see the advanced search here. So if I click advanced search, it will open up the advanced search. Now, if you go to your home and come down in here, you can see that there will be a Save Searches and Advanced Search button. The Advanced Search button or tile takes you to that same page. So in here, what we are doing is we have a list of search types. So this isn't just going to search the whole database on what you put in. You actually have to define what kind of a search you want to run. So if I wanted to run an item ID search, I could just put in *090 or a portion of the ID that I know I want to search on, press the search button, and you're searching on one field, and the data you get back is actually the item, not the item revision. So this will come into play later on, but the item is essentially a container for all the revisions of an object, and it's not typically what we want to look at. What we want to look at are the item revisions that are related to that item. So instead of having to select the item and come down and select the revision, I can simply change my search to general or to item revision, and then I will want to clear all if I don't want the default value set in here. Notice that what this has done is it has taken my item ID that I had specified in the other search and put it in for item revision. So it saved me a click. I'm going to do a search, and you'll see that the results are now item revisions. So now I can interact with changes, where used information, and much more. So if you pull up a search like general, just note that some searches come pre-populated with information. You can always click clear all. In this case, nothing was populated before you search. The public and private searches are going to correspond to what available searches there are. So you may or may not see these radio buttons. Now, so we have talked about advanced searches and we have talked about global searches. Now, in addition to that, any search that you run, whether it's a global search or an advanced search, for instance, if I come into my all search up here, do a search for my items that are in the system, and then in here, I come up to the top, there is a save search mechanism. If I hit save search, I can give it a name. This will be called all items, In this case, it's actually all objects. I can pin this to home or pin it after the fact, and I can allow others to view. But if I choose save, now under the Save tab, I will have the all search, and it will rerun every time I open it. So if I open it, I will get those search results again. Now, this is a new run of the search results, not the existing ones. So this will be dynamic in nature and pick up any new objects. So global search versus advanced search, filtering versus supplying all of the values that you need at the get-go, right when you start. We've talked about saving searches, which is a mechanism that we can make sure that if we run a search over and over again, it'll be easily accessible. When we save that search, just note that it did create, when I said pin to home, it created that all 00 objects tile, of which I could click and run the search. So all three of these tabs we've talked about. And just note that in addition to these, you also have little searches throughout the system. We've talked about the find in this content for the tables. This is a type of search. When you put something in here, it searches or filters the table. When you come in and you go to your Explorer and you do an add, so if I say new add, notice across the top there's a search, and that search will allow you to find in the system what you want to add. Now, it does use the global search by default, but notice you can use the advanced search. You find what you need, click add, or add a copy of that object. So these are the major types of searching inside of Active Workspace. In a future video, we are going to go deeper with each type and really learn what we can do with our global and advanced searching mechanisms in the system. And then we'll branch off and start learning about other types of searches and mechanisms that we can search with inside of Active Workspace.